from. Of course, when two outlaws do something, then, you know, you have to pay the price. But, you know, I don't really have anything special to say except this is so incredibly wonderful to have you here, and for Tom to get this put together, and for the museum to be able to have Chris's display and everything here. Of course, Chris explained all that to you, and he did a great job. And when they put it together here, I had seen it at another place, and I don't want to criticize any of them, but they did a better job with it here than they did the last place that I saw it. And you folks will hear some incredible speakers tomorrow, so get a good night's sleep tonight and be wide awake tomorrow, because it's going to really happen. And you know, I know we're getting a little short on time here, Tom, so all I'll do is just wind this up, say thank you all again so much, and you very, very special people. I hope I get a chance to speak to each and every one of you. It might not happen, but it isn't because I wouldn't like it to happen. So anyway, enjoy this, and I'll be here as much time, as many hours as I can the next 2 days. And if there's anything that's left out in questions or whatever that I might be able to answer, I'll sure give it a try.
Thank you,
Bob.
Thank you, Bob.
So again, we decided, yes, it's time, 5 years later, let's have another tribute and get everybody back together. And I think it's going to be a much different feel. I want to thank everyone, first of all, again, for coming and supporting this event. And I'm basically just going to review, again, the people we decided to also pay tribute to, as well as Bob and Roger Patterson. Jerry Crew comes to mind for his achievement of that first plaster footprint cast. And yeah, Jerry Crew, let's hear it for Jerry Crew. And you know, that's because of just the last few years I've been able to contact his sons and some of his family, and I happen to have the fortunate coincidence to run into the Crew family reunion this summer in June. And the only question they asked me was, do I have my guitar? You know, so I'll touch on that in a little bit. But Al Hodgson is another man there on the right who was a fixture in Willow Creek and in what happened with the Bigfoot Sasquatch investigations and documentation of that era. He was a clearinghouse for things, so just put together a simple little slideshow. Lower left, and you see I'm using the proper term there. These are the pioneers of Sasquatch research. Bob Titmus, John Green, and Renee Hinden, whom we'll hear more about in just a bit. And again, the final two we'll talk about this weekend in depth. Grover Krantz, Dr. Grover Krantz, and Al Berry, who's Ron Moorhead's partner. We'll have tributes tomorrow after the banquet in depth to all these gentlemen. So again, these are some of the men involved in the Bluff Creek area. Jerry Crew, who was assisted by Bob Titmus, was finding these prints, and it was Bob Titmus who advised him, hey, why don't you make a plaster cast? And so he did. And Al Hodgson soon after drove Betty Allen up into the area with his family, took him on a picnic, and they found a cast, or found a footprint and cast it. And of course, the famous, soon after John Green was down there when he saw Jerry Crew's picture. So even John Green they were all in this area, of course, in the late 50s. And Renee Hinden, who's not pictured, but it all led up to what happened with Bob and Roger Patterson. So again, Jerry Crew, the footprint, the front page that he was on. And again, this is from our late friend Scott McLean, about Bigfoot running around. It's this October 8th, 1958, and all about Jerry Crew and the print he found. So it's great. I think it was the first incident to go worldwide in the paper. I mean, there were other issues in the newspaper, but this one really got spread around the world. And again, just a week later, they're still writing about it, and the picture is still circulating through the news. Bob Tidmus played a huge role, and I don't know that we know. I know we have friends here who knew Bob and can share some stories on him. I know he was a serious man, and but he was also the master caster. He was the one out there pouring plaster, and that sounds like a song.
Yes.
Bob Tidmus, and we know right now Willow Creek, California. If you ever get down to Willow Creek, California, the majority of that is Bob Tidmus's cast collection. It's just an amazing place. And I know we have some stories to share tomorrow night about Bob that are harrowing and funny because he lived through them. And they involve covering himself in leaf litter and spending the night in Bluff Creek and having one walk all around him, sniffing for him. But okay, this is a great piece of history. This was shown to us by the sons of Jerry Crew. This is a family memento they have. And we were all in Willow Creek in 2011 for Finding Bigfoot was shooting a 2-hour episode, and the Crew brothers came and brought the family mementos. So this is a paper bag